Chief Information and Digital Officer of the University of Notre Dame. Our next guest leads all aspects of Notre Dame's Office of Information Technology. He oversees information technology infrastructure that supports the entire campus community, development of enterprise systems, and planning for future IT service needs across campus. Ron Kraemer, welcome to the Notre Dame Day broadcast. As Chief Information and Digital Officer, you have a huge responsibility out of you. I should say responsibilities. I don't even know half of what I just said and what it means. So can you tell us a little bit about your job and how it's changed over these last few years?
Sure. Well, it's changed a lot. And primarily it's changed because of mobile technologies. You know, our students come to campus now. Everyone that's here, the iPad existed when they were in high school. So it's a natural part of their life. And when they come, they don't expect anymore to just have paper textbooks and take notes on paper. They expect to use these technologies every day in what they do in their research, in their learning, and in their daily campus life.
That's incredible when you say that they aren't in textbooks anymore. That is mind-blowing to me. It hadn't even dawned on me that now everything is digital. How is it changing not just their life in the classroom, but life here on campus as well?
Well, so for the most part, it changes it in two ways. For the students, it's a new paradigm for them in terms of how they consume information and how they keep track of everything. For faculty, it's a whole nother story, because where they were used to building things like textbooks and written things, now we're having to help them understand more how to use rich media in their courses and in their research and everything they do in their campus life.
What do you hear from students and faculty about what they want in technology?
So the big thing is make my mobile stuff work well. So having great networks, having great places to store all the things that they do, having classes videotaped so they can watch them over and over again if that's what they choose to do. It's just this rich engagement in terms of the learning environment that technology allows us to capture better.
Watch them over and over again, not skip class and watch them later, right?
We're very much on-campus campus, so the students here love to go to class for the most part, and that hasn't been an issue for us here at all. But we want to give them more, so engaging them through online things just helps that.
And what about security challenges? We hear about those all of the time in every corner of the globe. Do you face security issues here on campus?
Yeah, I think it'd be crazy to say everyone doesn't, in our personal lives and in our work lives, face that, but we work very hard to stay on top of that. We work with other major universities around the world to learn about best practices for how we address security concerns and the information we keep and how we manage it. And so it's just one of those top of mind things that we always work on.
I left campus a decade ago, back when AOL Instant Messenger was the hot new technology and Facebook had just come around. So much has changed in 10 years. A lot more will change in the next 10. Do you have any sense of what's on the horizon?
I think more and more makerspace for students. So faculty are asking students to create videos as assignments and to create digital things that they use in the classroom and in research. Next year we're going to open a digital media center that's going to be a world-class studio where faculty can innovate and students can come and work with faculty on projects around digital, create learning materials, create better things for campus life, and it'll be in the new Crossroads project, and the whole first floor of the East Building will be this makerspace for digital, and I think that's going to transform how we do teaching and learning and research here even faster.
Do you have a sense of excitement from the students and faculty about everything that they can do to interact, not only here on campus, but outside of South Bend, outside of Indiana, even outside of this country?
So I see more excitement now than I ever have, and maybe it's just because it's the business I'm in, but people see the opportunity to do so many new things. They really are aggressive at going after those challenges and trying to make it just a normal part of their life here.
And your job is always evolving because of the nature of technology. What is the greatest challenge about that?
I think it's the pace of change, because not only do the technical staff have to keep up with that, but we have to constantly prepare people for their world is going to be different tomorrow and next week and the year after. And so just keeping up with that pace of change it's the greatest part and the most challenging part of the job.
Do you have any folks that you've had to convince to leave the iPad leave the notepad and paper for the iPad?
So we don't try to convince them. We try to make their world as frictionless as possible and give them things they want to leap to. And we're seeing that to be a successful strategy here. So we haven't had to drag anyone along kicking and screaming. It's been a very positive experience for the most part.
Ron Kraemer, thank you so much for joining us this morning and getting up early. But you say this is how you usually start your day, early
This
in the
is
morning.
about
Anyway.
the time we start. So.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us
All right,
this
thank
morning.
you, Abby.
So
It's been
nice
a
to meet
pleasure.
you.